Well. Hi, all. This is Wendy Keys Turnbow. Okay, hang on. I'm having a hard time getting into this. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and tonight is my regular weekly Wednesday night live. For some reason, my computer is being belligerent and only wants to show me the post for the shopping link and won't show me anything else. So let me see what I can do here. Let me go back out of that. Okay, now let me try to get back in it. There we go. Here we are. Okay. Welcome. And this is as I said, this is my regular Wednesday night Facebook Live. And thank you for being here. I wasn't here last week because I was out of town. I was in Dallas, but I'm back. So I am ready to go. Stampin' Up! With Wendy. If you're interested in purchasing, there's a link at the top of the page, which has been changed to have the current host code link on it. I totally forgot to do that 2 weeks ago, but it's up there now. So feel free to use that anytime you want to order. And if you place an order of $30 or more, pre-shipping and handling and tax, you will get, hi Sherry, you will get a to-go kit of my monthly card class. So, okay. So I got to tell you, I'm not thrilled with the sample I made today. I like it. I just don't love it. But this is it. And I made this using the Lovely and Sweet set out of the mini catalog. But what I'm going to do is show you how I did all of the flowers. See how they're all kind of tie-dyed looking. I'm going to show you a way to do that where you don't have to color everything in if you want to have some color on your cards, but you don't want to have to color everything in. This is a good way to do it. So let me leave that up there. I'm going to use this, which is actually quite filthy and gross, but I'm going to use it anyhow. Okay, so I have here a piece of watercolor paper, and I'm going to do something different than my sample. Hi, Collie. Okay, this is okay. It's growing on me. I don't love it, though. I didn't do anything else with it yet, but I am going to use the stippled rose this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my watercolor paper, and I'm going to take, I should have added water to this. I'm going to take a spray bottle of water, and I am just going to saturate my paper with it. And that's why I'm doing it on top of this. Okay, and then I'm going to take re-inkers, and I'm going to just drop them on here and there. That one is Flirty Flamingo. I decided to use mostly reds and pinks. This is Calypso Coral. They look very similar in color. Then I have Moody Mauve, which is going to be completely different, more pink than anything. Come on, spread out. Okay. And I am going to use Petal Pink, which is probably going to disappear in all the other colors in here. We're going to give it a try anyhow. And last but not least, Sweet Sorbet. So that's really the only red that I chose. And now, and then I'm going to put some greens around the edges. So I have Lost Lagoon, and actually I probably shouldn't have let that spread quite so much so that I had room for more greens. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter. And then Soft Sea Foam. Oh, the Lost Lagoon looks very minty. Okay, now I'm going to spray it a little bit more, get some of those to spread, and then I'm going to move it around on there. See, the Soft Sea Foam isn't spreading, and that's really what I want, is for the Soft Sea Foam and the foam in the, there we go. Hi, Polly. Hi, Beth. Okay, now let me just, oh shoot, I'm out of paper towels. What should I use? Oh, I know what I can use. Reusable paper towels that my daughter made a long time ago for me. So I happen to have those in here. I'm going to wipe this down. And I'm going to use it to mop up a little bit of the color because I don't want it to be quite so wet. And then we're going to dry it with the heat gun because we're going to be doing things to it. So we're going to get this nice and dry. Make sure it's completely dry. I think I would have liked more pink. Maybe next time I'll do it with more pink. So, how's the weather in North Carolina, Polly? I know that pretty much the whole country is freezing, but I don't know about North Carolina. If you're watching and you haven't said anything, please be sure to just drop a hello or something so that I can include you in my, every Thursday night I do a drawing for Prize Patrol and I send something to whoever wins. So make sure that you say something if you're on. Okay, almost dry. And this is the other thing that this also helps to flatten everything out, which we really want to do. Flatten our paper out. I'm going to flip it over and just get that out of there so it doesn't make a mess in my paper. Flip it over and make sure it's dry from the back. I'm going to flip it back over again. Get it flattened right out again. I just remembered I need to turn my phone on to airplane mode while I'm doing this. Airplane mode. There we go. It's almost flat. All right, that's probably good enough. It's nice and dry. Okay, so then I can move that. Okay, and now I'm going to take from the stippled rose, I'm going to use the big one. And I'm going to use either Memento or Stays on Ink. You just want something that's not going to run. 28 degrees. Oh, that is cold for you. I think we're in the single digits now, but we're kind of used to that. Hi, Vicky. Hello, Julie from Australia. Oh, hot and humid, but we wouldn't go do for that, Julie, because we're having frigid temperatures. Okay, I think that's plenty. All right, I am going to put it, so there's a lot of leaves here. Kind of like them to have a little bit of green on them. So I'm going to put it right here. You could put it anywhere you wanted to, really. There we go. And let me get that cleaned off real quick so it doesn't stain. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the embossing and die cutting machine, and I'm going to cut that out using the appropriate die, as I like to say. And I think I will also cut some of these flowers out. Those are interesting. I could also do one of these little flowers. Maybe I will. Why not, right? Let's see, let's put this over here. I'm trying to get as much of the green on the flowers, on the leaves as I can. So, whoops. Okay. So let's bring my die cutting machine in and cut these out. And I think I'm going to go ahead and cut some of these leaves out too. That'd be like, okay, so I see how that goes. I'm going to put these in the darker spot, and I'm going to put these in the red spots. So let me get some washi tape to put these down. Those I don't care about because they can go wherever they want to go. I just want to make sure that I'm cutting these out properly. So we will washi tape them on. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. Miss you. Okay. And here we go. Let me just drop these here and let me bring my machine over. Some little spots. These are from the grid work on the tool. The tool stamp set. Oops, there's even more on that side. Let's leave it on this side. Okay, so those are both where they need to be. I'm going to put these here. We're going to put this one. I'm going to put it like that. And there we go. Oh, that's loud. I'm up a little. I'm standing up today. I put my desk all the way up and I'm standing, but it's not the best angle to be turning this. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. And that one, and that one, and this one. Off of there without peeling any paper. Nope. Wow. Even with washi tape, it's going to peel some paper off. Oh, I see I've got ink on my knuckles. Oh well. Okay, it took a couple little spots off. That's all right. It doesn't hurt anything. Let's see what we can do here. So watercolor paper is obviously a little bit thicker than regular cardstock. Still cut all the way through. I just have to pull it out instead of it dropping out. See if I can get this one off without taking any ink off. Nope. So it probably was still a tiny bit wet. Yeah, it's gonna peel a lot off, darn it. Well, the only thing I can do is color that in. Throw away those washi tapes, they're covered now. Okay. Ooh, these came out nice. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, oops, there's one more little flower in there, is I'm going to put these on a background. First thing I'm going to do, and I should have done this before I got online, I apologize, but I'm going to look at the stippled rose paper. Open? Yes, it is. I'm looking for something that's a little more solid. I don't want the orange. That could work. So, let's see what we think about how it would look on the gold. What do you guys think? Put a couple of other choices. Oh, never mind. I think we're going to use that one. I think it'll look best on that one, don't you? Except I might need that paper. I feel like I'm using that paper. Hang on a second. Nope, I'm okay. Okay, we're gonna use that paper. All right. Put that back. I was really hoping for like a solid green, but there really isn't a solid green. So there is a pool party background. I like it better than that. Okay, so let me just cut 5 1/4 by 4 for our mat. 5 1/4, and I'm only going to cut the 5 1/4 by 4, so I'm going to cut up to the 4 here. There we go. And I'm going to put it this way to my 4. And I'm going to cut only to that line, which is going to be at 7 1/4, it looks like. There we go. There. Okay. Save that for later. And I am going to use, well, let me look at this and see what I think. Lots of nice red. I love this. This one, think I could do that. Yes, that is what it's supposed to have, and it's lots brighter than what that is. So in the future, I would do this. I would do a separate piece with green, or half of it with green, so that I could do it up and have it show up at green on red. But I really kind of like this idea too. So, and I do see that there's little tiny pieces in the middle that did not come out. Oh, maybe they don't need to. Nope, they don't. Good. Okay. All right. So let me get, let's see. Card base is going to be, oh, pink if I have any. I know I have it. I just don't know if I have it available. No, that's too clashy. You know what? I'm going to use wild wheat as the background. So let me just cut that real quick. So I want it 8.5 by 5.5. So 5.5. And then score it at 4 1/4. There we go. Okay. Use the bone folder to crease it. Whoops! I just don't want to squish my little guys there. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to put this on here. Tape runner. By the way, the Stampin' Seal Plus and the Stampin' Seal are both back in stock. They were both out of stock. I just ordered some yesterday. Ordered a bunch of it because I go through it like crazy. So if you've been waiting for that to come back in stock, it's back. Okay. There we go. And let me just do a little repair work on this. I'm going to use my Petal Pink marker because there's so much red there. I think I'd like to put a little pink in the middle of it. Just going to kind of fill in the spots a little so they're not quite so obvious. There. Still a little obvious, but not bad. Okay. I'm going to start with the big flower. Yes, I get a little carried away with the dimensionals, but I just don't want anything to fall off. And I don't want any corners to end up getting folded because there was no dimensional on it or anything. So I just get generous with it. I used to pull these off with my take your pick tool, which I still can do, but since they were coming off easily. Okay, I'm going to put it, let's put it kind of like it there, like that. Now this one, I might do this one over again, but for now, I'm going to put it on there. It's going to need more than that. It's going to need a darker red, so get the Sweet Sorbet. And I'm not sure, oh, that's too much. Yeah, we're not using that one. Never mind. Okay. All right, and we're going to use these. I'm just going to put that down flat there. So with a little bit of glue, and again, this is Tombow glue that I put into a little fine tip bottle that I bought nice and cheap at, I don't know, Michael's or somewhere like that. Oop, and there it goes. Okay, I think that's all of it. And we're going to put that here. I'm going to tuck it under there a little bit. So that one's down, but we're going to go ahead and put these, pop these up when we put them on it. So you can determine them a little bit, distinguish them a little bit from the stems underneath them. And for these, I'm using minis. These can be, there's a spot on here that can be popped out. so that you can make it more 3D. But I'm not going to do that on these. I'm just going to keep them flat. Okay, and I'm going to do, oops, just lost my picture. That's all right. Okay, so there's one. We'll put it right there. I want a little bit of the underneath to show. We'll put one right here. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's the smallest one. That'll work there. And we'll put one right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to drop these 3 little flowers. I'm going to pop one of them and put the other 2 down flat. So let's just use a little tiny bit of glue. We'll put that one here, and we'll pop these 2. Okay, one little bitty dimensional over here, and one little bitty dimensional over here. Let's see. I'm going to put it up here. We're going to put our banner right over there. I'm going to try and get the picture back in so I can see what's going on here. There we go. Okay. Actually, I really love this. This is really pretty. Okay, so now we're going to make a banner. And we're going to make it out of a very light gray, I think. And there goes the picture again, of course. All right, so. Oh, it's dark down here, you guys. I can't see what I'm doing. Nah, I don't want it on that. We're going to do it on... do it on petal pink. What do we want to say? Let's see, the sentiments that go with this are Happy Mother's Day, best birthday wishes, congratulations, and sending thanks. We're going to do sending thanks, because I think I can do it just the size I want it. And we're going to do it in, oh, we've got sweet sorbet right here. Let's just do it in this since it's right here. So it'll be kind of a pinky red on top of the pink. Okay, I'm going to huff on it. I'm going to stamp it right here. There we go. I'm going to use the double oval punch to punch it out. Very nice. I'm going to use the scallop oval punch to punch out. There's some wild wheat to go behind it. Okay. There's that. I am going to put a dimensional on one edge. That's the right edge. And tape on the other edge. And put it right here like so. And then we're going to get some bling. Let's see. You'd think I'd plan this stuff ahead, but nope. Okay, we're going to use these iridescent rhinestones because they just happen to be close by where I can grab them. So that is what we shall do. All right. Use a small, a medium, and a large. Let's put the medium here. Let's put it there. And we'll put the small on this little flower right here. And we'll put the large in the middle of this. I don't like it there. Oops, except it's staying there because it took the color off. Okay, so I really like the way this changes the color. And I like the little flowers with, I actually like it with the red background, so it's kind of tonal, but not, you know what I'm saying? So that's it, and then I'll stamp something inside or leave it blank to write on maybe. And I actually, you know what, I think I'm gonna put those little ones in the other ones in the middle of the other flowers too. I like that. For me, I always like to have an odd number of embellishments. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's an odd number. That's the way I prefer to do it. I was taught that way, actually. The woman that I used to go to classes with said, you know, always use an odd number. Seems to work. So thank you, Polly. So there's that one, and here's the first one that it's growing on me. So what I did with this one was I used, grab that set. I used this stamp in the background on a Pretty Peacock piece with the craft white ink. And then these colors were soft sea foam, Calypso Coral, Berry Burst, I think. No, they were all out of the, actually they were, now that I think about it, they were all out of the subtles. So it's Calypso Coral, Petal Pink. There is Lemon Lolly in there. You can't really see any of the yellow. It's underneath here. You can see it. Soft Sea Foam. And I might have, oh, and Balmy Blue. I threw a little Balmy Blue in there. And Bubble Bath. So it's a little bit of everything. And that's how that one came out. So, okay. Thanks, Sherry. Okay, so if I get 10 different people making comments, I will be doing a drawing tomorrow night. I'm going to try and get this in one more time. It's getting better about not going out on me. Okay, so if I have 10 people comment, I will be drawing tomorrow and I will be posting. And don't worry if I forget to draw. You can always post and ask me if I've made the drawing yet. But if I don't remember tomorrow, I will remember sometime by the weekend. I have a reminder set, but if I'm in the middle of something else, sometimes I turn it off and forget. So yeah, this is just one way of getting a lot of color without having to sit down with the markers and color. So just remember to use, it's best if you use watercolor paper. You can use regular cardstock, but it doesn't do as much. The watercolor paper is a little more porous, so it soaks in the colors and spreads them around a little bit more too. Then make sure it's completely dry before you stamp on it. And obviously, if you're going to use tape to keep it in place, make sure it's really dry. I think it might have something to do with the watercolor paper anyhow. So I may just, in the future, I may not even use tape to stamp it down, to hold them down when I run them through the machine. One thing you can do is you can put so I was using blue painter's tape, either painter's tape or washi tape. If you're going to use it, stick it to your clothes several times to get some of the stickiness off of it, and then it won't stick to the paper so much. I probably didn't do that enough with the washi tape today. So, okay. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will see you all next week. Beth, I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Bye, everybody. Have a great week. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.